What happens when a former president of the Philippines is accused of stealing millions from public funds? Can the law truly hold the most powerful accountable, or does power always find a way to win? This is the story of Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo versus the people of the Philippines, a landmark case that tested the very limits of our justice system and forever changed how we look at corruption at the highest levels of government. Let's set the stage. Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo was president from 2001 to 2010. Shortly after her term ended, she was hit with a barrage of corruption allegations. The most explosive charge was plunder, the accusation that she, along with others, had systematically misused a staggering 366 million pesos from the intelligence funds of the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, or PCSO, during the final years of her presidency. The Office of the Ombudsman claimed that she and her co-accused had conspired to illegally divert these funds, which are meant for charity and public welfare. Arroyo's defense was firm. She denied everything. She argued that she approved the fund releases as part of her official duties as president and that she had acted in good faith, with no criminal intent. In 2011, the anti-graft court, the Sandiganbayan, found probable cause and issued a warrant for her arrest. The images that followed were broadcast worldwide. A former president, wearing a neck brace, being detained in a government hospital. For nearly 5 years, she remained under hospital arrest. To many Filipinos, it was a powerful symbol that no one was above the law. But to her supporters, it was seen as a political witch hunt, a prosecution driven more by politics than by actual evidence. This set the stage for a monumental legal battle that would reach the highest court in the land. The core question before the Supreme Court was deceptively simple. Did the prosecution actually prove the crime of plunder beyond a reasonable doubt? Was this a solid case built on hard evidence, or was it a house of cards built on suspicion and public opinion? On July 19, 2016, the Supreme Court delivered its bombshell decision. Voting 11-4, the justices acquitted Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo and ordered her immediate release. Why? The court found that the prosecution had failed to prove the essential elements of plunder as defined by law. So, what does the Law on Plunder Republic Act 7080 actually say? To convict someone of plunder, the prosecution must prove two key things. First, that the public official accumulated ill-gotten wealth of at least 50 million pesos, and second, that they did so through a series of criminal acts. The Supreme Court's majority opinion pointed out a critical failure in the prosecution's case. There was no specific evidence showing that Arroyo had personally pocketed, received, or benefited from the PCSO funds. The prosecution could point to a single peso that went into her bank account or was used for her personal gain. All they could show was that she approved the release of the funds, which, as president, was part of her job. The court ruled that simply approving a budget or a fund release is not, by itself, a criminal act. To make it plunder, you have to connect that approval to the personal accumulation of wealth. The prosecution never made that connection. In the eyes of the law, suspicion, no matter how strong, is not proof. And in a criminal case, the only standard that matters is proof beyond a reasonable doubt. The legal reasoning of the Supreme Court was a masterclass in criminal law principles. The court emphasized that plunder is a highly technical crime. It's not just about a public official being connected to a transaction where money was lost. It requires clear, undeniable proof that the official was the main plunderer who amassed ill-gotten wealth for themselves. The court sent a powerful message. The rule of law must protect everyone equally, even the unpopular, and even the powerful. Justice cannot be swayed by political winds or public outrage. It must be blind, basing its decisions solely on the law and the evidence presented. Following her acquittal, Arroyo was freed from detention after almost 5 years. She would later make a stunning political comeback, even serving as the Speaker of the House of Representatives in 2018. For her critics, her freedom was a bitter pill to swallow, a symbol of a flawed justice system where the powerful can escape accountability. But for her supporters, it was a total vindication, a testament to the principle that due process had prevailed over political persecution. The case of Arroyo versus the people leaves us with a profound and often uncomfortable lesson. In the world of law, the truth is not always about what we feel is right, but about what can be proven in court under the strict rules of evidence. Thanks for watching. If you found this legal breakdown insightful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into landmark cases. Let us know your thoughts on this case in the comments below. See you in the next one.